That security camera footage can be incredibly helpful when it comes to solving crimes, but sometimes finding that footage can be difficult. Tonight, our Marlo Lundak is on your side with how Council Bluffs community members can assist local police.
We've seen it countless times. Crimes that have been caught on camera, either by residents' home security or video surveillance from businesses.
It's kind of like a digital neighborhood watch.
With cameras just about everywhere, the Council Bluffs Police Department is hoping to use it to their advantage in a more efficient manner.
We are merely asking citizens and businesses to, if they want to enroll in a voluntary sign up, if you will, to just give us their names and contact information and let us know that they have cameras.
A new camera database program. That way, if a crime or accident happens, they can check that database. If someone close by has a camera, officers might reach out instead of going door to door.
It just kind of gives us another tool or a method to streamline the process and check our database and shoot an email to that person or call them and leave a message instead of knocking on doors and hoping somebody's home.
Security cameras came in handy for a Council Bluffs business last summer. This man was caught vandalizing several businesses near Bayless Park.
And the backside of our cameras has him doing damage to our neighbor next door.
The business shared the footage with police, and it helped lead to an arrest.
It's honestly just a way for us to use the citizens as a resource, as they always are. You know, we always say that they are our best resource. If they see something, say something. If they notice something, call us. This is just another way to do that.
Lieutenant Jill Notek also says they're not trying to be, quote, big brother, and the program is completely voluntary.
You can enroll and unenroll at any time. We're not asking for your camera credentials to log into anything. We're merely just asking for your name and contact information so we can get a hold of you if we think you might have surveillance footage of an incident.
And Lieutenant Notek also tells me and reminds residents that even if you do enroll in that program, that doesn't mean you're obligated to share any video footage with them if you don't want to. She says they made the announcement about the new camera database just this morning, and by midday, they already had several dozen community members sign up. They say any information collected with your permission will be safe and encrypted. On your side in the newsroom, Marlo Lundak, 6 News.